Hello, hello, this is ArkthePieKing, back with a brand new Let's Play. We're going to be doing Final Fantasy V today. First, I want to apologize for the hiatus. My computer sort of exploded again, and took quite a bit of effort to get it back up and running, but it finally is. I do plan on coming back to Final Fantasy Tactics, but something a little more important has popped up, and that is the Final Fantasy V Four Job Fiesta. This is an annual charity event once a year. People run Final Fantasy V with some special rules attached to it, and it raises money for Child's Play. I think it's really cool, and I love it when games use their popularity to do something, good for the world, bring a little brightness to the world, and I want to help with that. So, Final Fantasy V is an RPG for the Super Nintendo. It's been remade for every console under the sun at this point, and it is solid. It's not as good as its predecessor or its sequel, but it's still solid. It harkens back to the job systems that were really set in place by Final Fantasy 1 and 3, but it perfects those. You get jobs in sets of... you get jobs basically 4 times in the game. Every time you come across a new elemental crystal, you get a set of jobs, the wind crystal, water crystal, fire crystal, and earth crystal, and that's where the special rules come in. Normally you can mix and match and play around and try out all the different sets. The 4-Job Fiesta puts limits on that. At each crystal, you get 1 job, and I will be finding out what those are as I progress through the game. The event already lets you know exactly what your first job is when the event starts, so today, I know what it is, but I'm going to keep that a secret from you guys, let you be surprised. Suffice to say, I am not terribly happy about it, but that's part of the challenge. I got what I got, and we're going to have to make it work. One moment. Now, the way the challenge works is when you get your first set of jobs, you take whatever job was assigned to you, and everybody in your party becomes that job. When you get your second set of jobs, you can have any combination of the 2 that are assigned to you, one from the first set, one from the second set. So you could have 1 of 3, or 1 of one, 3 of the other, or 2 of each, but both have to be represented. And this trend continues when you have 3 jobs, and then finally when you have all 4 jobs assigned to you. Now, what makes Final Fantasy V really interesting is that you can mix and match abilities from the game. So let's say that you take the chakra ability from the monk. You level up for quite a while. You learn chakra, and then you switch over to the knight class. Well, because you learned chakra on the monk, you can equip it to your knight. Every class, barring 2 exceptions, has 4 slots. The fight command, which punches an enemy in the face. Whatever their class command is, a blank slot, which is where you can equip things, and the item command. The 2 exceptions to that are the Freelancer class, which was translated as the Bear class in this Super Nintendo fan-translated version. This is before any official translations. And also the Mime class, which has Mimic. It'll mimic whatever the last command used by one of your allies was, in 3 blank slots, giving it some serious customization. And this cutscene takes forever. One thing I'm a little iffy on is that I have a turbo button mapped to my controller, to give you a quick look at what that looks like. It's the fast forward. The game goes fast, and I think it's going to be really handy for this. I've never tried Let's Playing an RPG, Tactics being an exception since I can really set the pacing by the battles. I don't really have that luxury or hindrance, depending on how you want to look at it here, so I'm unsure of how I want to pace it, and there's definitely going to be grinding, so I don't know if I want to do that on screen, or on screen with the turbo button to make it go fast, or do some of that stuff off screen. Feedback would be greatly appreciated to let me know exactly what you all want, what's going to be most preferable to you. I've seen Let's Plays with all 3, and I personally don't really have a preference. I guess if I had a preference, it would probably be either with the turbo button or just off screen. But I digress. What I think I'm going to do is If I can space it out so I can do it off screen, that's great. If I end up in a spot where I have to grind, like, say, like, 7 minutes into a video, then I'll probably just try to get it over as quick as possible, since I'll be real honest, my video editing skills are nil. And, oh, look at that, we're going into a battle, and we're a question mark. We don't have a name. That's no big deal. So exciting. Get those sweet attacks in, murder those goblins. Alright, we rescued a girl with pink hair named Lena. And here we get to name our main character, and I do not know what I want to name him. I definitely don't want to name him the default name, which is Butts. Butts is not gonna happen. Let's see. I don't know what I want to name him. Could do something fun, could do something silly, could do something serious. Qualp. Come on, Qualp. Let's go save people. I'm Qualp. Man, that is a really unpleasant sound to make, actually. I kind of have regrets about this, but we're gonna roll with it. Alright, things are happening, and people are talking, and honestly, the beginning's really boring. The game doesn't start really taking off until about half an hour in. Oh, and they hear voices. It's over here. It's gonna make me walk. Alright, that's fine. What's up, old bro? Yeah, your head hurts because you got hit by a meteor. Hit your head? On the meteor, maybe? Alright, so we got Galuf, Lena, and Qualp. Alright, so you know we're gonna end up at the Wind Shrine. Like, I don't know why the game plays coy, but we'll tag along. Sure, we're totally gonna go the opposite direction of these two people that are clearly important. Man, I really wish this game had a turbo, like a fast walk, a dash, that's the word. Alright, come down here and get this Phoenix down. You're gonna see some funky translation stuff. That's just the nature of fan translations back when this was done. I thought there was another... Could be crazy, though. Oh well. Let's make our way back. And... so slow. Alright, let's go, Boko, to literally the only direction that we can walk. Although, I guess if the meteor weren't there, we could have gone north, but, you know, our directions are limited, so we're gonna head up this way. And Boko's giving us some lip. Oh no, things are happening. Oh, we gotta go murder some goblins again. This is an instance that I would do that. Like, you all don't need to see me fight these guys. It's not even a fight. So that's the kind of thing that I want to do with the turbo button. If that's going to be a problem, you all want to see the epic battles in all their glory, just let me know and I'll unmap it from the controller if I have to. But I really do think that stuff like that doesn't need to be seen in normal speed. It just takes up time. Like, obviously it's intended for people who haven't played the game before, and I can respect that. It's a decent way to get people used to the battles, but it does not make for an engaging video. Yeah, we gotta get to the Wind Shrine. Glyph totally calls him out, like, yeah, you just think she's hot. I like Glyph, he's good people. We gotta get through. Alright, well, let's go ahead and head north. Alright, and we are at our first dungeon-esque area. Alright, so first thing, let's go ahead and go over the status menu real quick. He does not have any weapons, which sucks. She has a knife, which is the weakest weapon in the game, and he's got a broadsword. So, right away, we're off to kind of a bad start as far as equipment goes. We'll find more in a bit, though, but... let's see. Yeah, battles aren't really engaging at the beginning of the game, which, you know, what are you going to expect? And over here we got a healing spring, and more exciting adrenaline pumping action. There we go, and our HP's fully restored. And MP for all that magic that we can cast. That's not what I meant to do, but oh well. Guess we're gonna run it now. Quilp gained a level. He's level 3 now. Here we get to learn about how switches work. Stroper. I wonder what kind of name that is. That's Stroper. Always stroping people. I got a leather. One thing I don't like about this translation is that it doesn't tell you what type of thing you got. So let's go ahead and give her the leather hat. Like, I remember it's a hat from previous run-throughs, but get him, Glyph. Use your Fist of Fury. That's one thing I always found kind of interesting, is when you're unarmed, you punch twice. And I like that. Which is particularly handy if you have a monk, which is insanely good early game. Like, insanely good. When I play this game normally, my strategy is to level up anybody I plan on having a mage up as a monk until they can learn to punch like one, and then switch them to the mage class. It gives them insane damage with their physical attacks, even though they're magic casting. Helps, you know, conserve their MP. Oh, we got a ship that's running with no wind. That's definitely a little odd. What do they have? A propeller? Is it magic? Is it propelled using a school of piranhas with a meat at the end of the stick? Who knows? And yeah, do the thing. Because beginning fights are boring. We're in a pirate base. They're pirates. Why would they give us a ride? So yeah, now our plan is to steal a pirate ship, so let's get on that. Alright, we're off. We don't know what we're doing, but here we go. And busted. Whoa, she's a princess. Shazam. Actually, I don't actually remember if I spoiled that earlier in the video or not, so just pretend that I didn't. And we got tossed in the brig. We're bad at this. Who the heck said we should steal this boat? This game's pretty silly compared to the other Final Fantasies. Like, it doesn't take itself very seriously at all. It's pretty goofy and lighthearted. I think that's another reason, like, I think there's a plethora of reasons that this is one of the lesser-known ones. For one, it was one of the last ones to get a localization period. 4 and 6 both saw a release in the US as 2 and 3. Yeah, I don't think this one actually got an official release until the remake on the PS1. And even after it came out, it's just not aged well. Like, it had a really robust and fun job system. The combat's fantastic, but the story is really kind of bare bones, actually. Like, there's a lot of things that happen, but it doesn't feel like anything is happening. It feels like you're just kind of traveling from point A to point B all the time. There's not a lot of character growth. Whoa! The pirates got told to untie the ropes. What kind of crazy madness is this? Wait 1 second, I'm gonna check the time on this. 19 minutes, we got plenty of time. Let's get going. Now, the beginning of the game is chock full of cutscenes. I think in the last 19 minutes I've had maybe 4 minutes of gameplay, which is pretty absurd. Like, a lot of this really could have been cut out. Look, we're gonna find out how the ship moves, so that's exciting. It's a Daggeron. It's a precious little baby Daggeron. Actually, I think it's a Hydra. I can't remember what race the thing is, though. There we go. And we have the opportunity to sail ourselves, but meh. Oh god, I forgot the yes and no's are still in Japanese. Sure, we'll assume that one's yes. Okay, cool. Short one's yes, long one's no. Whoops. Alright, we're at the Wind Shrine. Let's see, everybody's at full hit points and things like that. I'm gonna go drop a save outside real quick, just in case things go awry. Shouldn't. This is a pretty easy starter dungeon. It's not like there's a lot to it. This is the real first dungeon of the game. But it's really not too hard. It's short enough that it's possible to get to the boss without ever fighting a random battle. But that's not gonna happen for me, is it? White Snake. Isn't that a band? Well, I want that treasure chest. Oh, come on. Got him. Got a tent, which will be useful later. Absolutely cleaving through these enemies right now. Here's a save point. And we're just going to go ahead and save here. I actually didn't realize that there was a save point there. We'll go left. I actually don't remember the way through this. It's an adventure. Yeah, there's the boss right there, so I'm kind of glad that I took this way. Because what I want is a specific item that's going to make this a lot easier. Goluf using his Fist of Fury, and we're going to take our first bit of damage in here. It might even get another attack. People gaining levels, it's super useful. Nope. Darn, I did go the wrong way. Bad at this. Oh well. Goluf not having a weapon actually is a total bummer. So we will make him a bit tankier to make up for it. Just doubled his defense. It went from 1 point to 2. How awesome is that? Nothing in here. I think the item might actually be over here, and if it is, we don't need to backtrack. Yeah, you guys have seen this. You know exactly how this is going to go down. Is this it? Yes. Got a second broadsword, which is really useful, because it's going to jack his attack power way up and make this boss... I'm not going to say doable, because I've definitely done it without getting that broadsword before, but it's very useful to not have to worry about it. Some good damage. Just going to cleave through this guy real quick. There is actually a town that you can go to get some better equipment before coming here, but it's not even worth it. Like, I only very recently found out you even have access to that town this early in the game, because you generally don't need to go. Uh-oh. This could be bad. Yep, and it's gonna counter with total gibberish. Total untranslated gibberish. It attacks with J. potions? I will go ahead and drop a potion, just as a safety measure. Gotta wait for him to stop guarding himself. There we go. And I think the look is gonna bite the dust. Oh well. And boss over. So, how good, I got a Phoenix down. One time, I barely made it out of that fight, and I was so proud of myself, and then I got into a random battle on the way up, and got a game over. It was most frustrating. Alright, and here we are. And we see the crystal has been shattered. The saddest story. But we're about to get our first job. As soon as we sit through more cutscene, of course. Can never have enough cutscene. So, let's see what we get. Lena, it has the spirit of water, and I don't want to sit through this, honestly. Meow. Oh snap, it's the king. And it shows that they are the 4 chosen warriors. Well, let's get our... Come on, give us our jobs. And give us the things that everyone in this game is playing it for. There we go. Alright, you guys excited to see what we got here? Gotta switch over as soon as I get them. Alright, time to switch jobs. Was it the knight? The monk? The thief? The white wizard? Oh, white mage. The black mage? Or the blue mage? It was... the black mage. I'm pretty salty about it. I'm not gonna lie. Because I personally do not like the black mage job. Oh, and he'll have to wait until he's alive. Yep, I got the black mage job. It's going to be pretty decent for blitzing down enemies. It's going to be horrendous for staying alive, so I think my strategy is going to be to stock up on potions. No, I do not want to know how it works, because I already know how it works. There we go. Now we can switch him. Running around with 4 black mages. This is not a terrible idea at all. This is a great idea. We gotta head this way and get to town. You can actually come to this town earlier, as I mentioned. And Ferris decides that they want to go get a drink, so that's pretty cool. Alright, since we're playing as mages, let's stock up on the magics. There we go. We got the 3 basic elemental spells, which is super useful. We'll go ahead and get some weapons that they are able to equip. I can only afford 3 rods, but I can sell some of the stuff that I got. I don't have any use for those guys. I don't have any use for that. So let's go ahead and get the 4th rod. Perfect. Alright, let me check the time real quick. 30 minutes, that's perfect. So we'll go ahead, and I'm just going to drop a save state there for simplicity's sake. And we'll go ahead and end this. This has been ArkthePieKing. Thank you very much for watching this, and I hope you have a great day.